We left off with our focus on the Jews in the city of Susa, who had been given an extra day, another day to defend themselves. And the result was 300 more men were killed in Susa. So remember, the Jews in Susa had 2 days to defend themselves. And then on the third day, they celebrated their victory. Well, we want to shift our focus today. And we are going to look at the Jews who lived throughout the king's provinces. Meaning, our focus is going to be on those who did not live in the city of Susa. They lived outside of the city in the rural areas. So grab your Bibles and the Gotcha Bible Guide and let's look at chapter 9, verses 16 through 19. And you and I are going to see that these Jews defended and rid themselves of their enemies in one day. 75,000 that hated the Jews were killed that day. Now today, you're going to discover that the word rid means rest. So the deliverance and the salvation of the Jews meant rest. It meant rest. And as you look at that, that meant that the death threat was over finally. And they celebrated their victory the next day. Well, I want you to grasp and just catch the scene today, because this horrible, hopeless situation for the Jews was reversed. The appointed time came, justice was served, and the Jews were protected and delivered from their enemies. Salvation came to Mordecai and the Jews. They were alive and they were ecstatic. They were full of joy. Wouldn't you and I be? And they celebrated their victory the next day. Well, you and I need to see how this relates to us, because the same holds true for you and me. If you are a child of God, you have been saved. You have been delivered from your enemies of sin and death. You've been delivered from your enemies of the devil, the flesh, and the world. And we should be full of joy. We are alive. We have new life now. And the question is, are you? Are you ecstatic? Are you thrilled? Do you rejoice in that? Oh, find your quiet spot. Engage with God today. Hear Him speak to you about this. And I just pray that as you ponder your deliverance from your enemies, that God will just create a fresh awareness about this and an incredible joy.